I'm not a lawyer, but let me catch you up on the Karen Reed trial. So let's start with day 22, because that's where I left off. Sergeant Bukhanik, who again is the supervisor of lead investigator Michael Proctor, is back on the witness stand, and Alan Jackson goes right back to talking about that inverted Sallyport video.
So when we left off on Thursday, we were discussing the Sallyport video that was introduced by the Commonwealth on Wednesday during direct examination. You then asked whether the video was true and accurate as in terms of its depiction of what you saw, what you observed in Sallyport that night.
I indicated that the video is true and accurate.
You did not mention that this video was inverted.
It was not brought out, no.
Not brought out by, I mean, that's a passive way of saying it. I'm asking you directly. Did you mention that this was an inverted video?
Not on Wednesday, no.
On Thursday morning, you also, under direct examination, did not mention that this video was inverted, did you?
Did not, no.
And then I began asking you questions about the accuracy of this video, and at that time, for the first time, you said it appears that it is a mirror image. It's an inverted video, correct?
I advised you that it is a mirrored image at that point, correct?
From there, Jackson goes into the details of the video. It's a lot of information, but basically, the video started recording at 5:30 p.m. and it stopped recording at 5:48 p.m. So the video itself should be about 18 minutes long, but it's only about 5 minutes. Just watch.
The beginning time, the time of day, is 5:30 and 23 seconds in the evening, and the end time of this video stops at 5:48 and 15 seconds. Would you agree with me? That's about 17 minutes and 50 seconds or so.
In real time, yes.
In real time. The actual time of this video, the run time of this video, however, is only 5 minutes and 51 seconds, less than 6 minutes. You'd agree with that?
That is what's captured.
So that means that about 2/3 of the video is missing, correct?
It's not missing, just not recorded.
It's not there.
It was never there. It was never recorded.
Well, you don't know what has been and wasn't recorded, do you?
I can only speak to what was turned over and what we received, and based on the video that was produced is what we got.
Did you notice that there were obvious portions of the video in which individuals just seem to appear or apparate out of nowhere?
It's not a smooth recording of the events. The motion triggers the recording. I do not know all the inner workings of the system, though.
But you do know that there appears to be portions of this video missing and portions of this video in which people just seem to apparate out of nowhere.
It's not missing. It just was not recording.
Okay, if we could, with the court's permission, can we play about less than a minute? Did you see where the person that was toward the back of the vehicle went?
It appeared they went behind the vehicle.
What's my plan? Was it? Did it appear that someone just seemed to appear out of nowhere toward the rear of the vehicle?
Due to the triggering of the
I
motion,
asked you why. I asked you if.
that's what the footage represents, yes.
Your Honor, I have a flash drive that I'd like to have marked. Sergeant, do you recognize what's depicted in what's just been marked as Exhibit 542?
It's an inversion of the video provided from Canton PD Sallyport.
Yes, and then Alan Jackson admits into evidence the corrected video from the Sallyport, the version that's not inverted.
So now we're looking at what we've always been looking at, but it's clear that we're looking at the driver's side of the vehicle, correct?
That's correct.
And it's everything in it's properly oriented, is that right?
It's an accurate depiction of what is taking place.
To help you visualize, this version here is the correct image, and you can see that the person here looks like he's standing at the driver's side of the car. Now on the inverted image, the person looks like he's standing at the passenger side of the car. And of course, if this had gone uncorrected or unmentioned, everyone would have been left to believe that the person who went to the rear of the car went to the driver's side of the car instead of the passenger side, which of course is where that broken taillight was. I really hope y'all followed that. Here are both videos. Pay attention to the person who allegedly is Trooper Proctor going to the back of the car. And again, if this had gone uncorrected, everyone would have been left to believe that while in the Sallyport, Proctor never went toward the side of the car that has the broken taillight. But this shows he did.
We've seen a corrected version of that Sallyport video from that camera. There's also another camera on the opposite side of the Sallyport, isn't there?
There is.
That one came out pretty grainy.
Yes, it's not perfect quality.
The other view would show, given the fact that it's on the opposite side of the wall of this video, that actually would show the right rear portion of the SUV as it was parked in that Sallyport, would it not?
Yes, it would.
So there's a second camera in the Sallyport that would have directly shown the side of the car that the person, allegedly Trooper Proctor, was on, but that footage is bad quality.
You also can see that this video is in fact not inverted. it's the correct orientation, right?
That's correct.
Pretty lacking in quality, but you can make out the fact that there is an outline of a vehicle there, correct?
Correct.
With the court's permission, began playing at this time, this is about 5:07 and 10 seconds.
No, it's not going to correct itself. This is the footage.
And how much time would you estimate elapsed as we just watched that video in real time?
15 seconds, maybe?
You see something in the foreground that just sort of appeared there next to that antique police car.
It appears that the SUV has now pulled into the sallyport, and there's an individual standing behind the SUV.
And you see what the time of day is.
5:50:46.
So it appears that this video in about 15 seconds jumps 42 minutes.
I don't know how much it jumps.
Well, from 5:08 approximately to 5:50 approximately, 42 minutes, right?
Excuse me, 42. Yes.
That's okay. And this reads a vehicle which shows the right rear taillight portion just appears. But Sergeant, the exact time that would show what Trooper Proctor was doing at the right rear taillight, that is missing.
Objection.
Sustained.
Is there any other video other than this one that would show the exact condition of that taillight as it pulled in to the driveway, and then to the sallyport?
That is the video that captures that time frame.
Ciao. The next witness is an officer from the town of Dighton. His name is Officer Barros, and Sergeant Bukhanik and Trooper Proctor went to Karen Reed's parents' house to tow her car to the sallyport. Officer Barros met them there, as a courtesy since they were in his jurisdiction. So he gets to the house, and Lally asks him what he noticed about Karen's car when he got there.
I remained at the garage. The two troopers went to the front door and made contact with the homeowner. Yes, we observed a black Lexus SUV in the driveway. At first, I did not go up to the vehicle. I just remained at the driveway and waited for the troopers to come back. And once they came back, they were let into the house through the garage. I had walked in with them briefly and then went back out to the garage and remained with the vehicle. I was looking at the left side of the vehicle.
And at some point, did you make any observations of the right rear part of that Lexus SUV?
I saw that there was some damage to the right rear taillight. To my best ability and recollection, that taillight was not completely damaged. It was cracked, and a piece was missing, but not completely damaged.
And to no surprise, the defense passes on doing cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
Next up is the Trooper Michael Proctor to the witness stand. He's the lead investigator on the case. And very quickly, Mr. Lally asks him what did he observe about Karen Reed's car when he got to Karen's parents' house.
Now, if I could take you back to, I'm sorry, just as far as when you're coming up the driveway and you're passing by the defendant's vehicle, you mentioned some damage that you observed to the right rear passenger side area. Is that correct?
Yeah, the right rear taillight had such large pieces missing from it.
All right, the rest of his testimony got really interesting, so I'm going to combine it with my day 23 recap. And believe me, it is worth it.